Hello, welcome back. In this video, we will explore the organizational structure that forms the foundation for setting up the enterprise and executing the warehouse operations. Setting up the enterprise structure is a one-time activity, so it must align with the organizational structure to ensure accurate mapping of business processes. An organizational structure provides the hierarchical layout for various entities within an organization. The organizational structure for any embedded external warehouse management in SAP S/4HANA is always set up in the master system. This was also a case with the standalone SAP External Warehouse Management. Now the SAP External Warehouse Management is integrated with the SAP S/4HANA. The organizational structure discussed in this video is configured in the SAP S/4HANA system. Okay, so we will be using a sample organizational structure for a fictional company, Tech Innovators. As you can see on the screen, to illustrate the various elements in the organizational structure, these examples will be the referenced throughout this video. Okay. In this video, we will cover the basic organizational structure necessary for a warehouse to support the purchases, sales, and the other business operations when implementing the SAP S/4HANA. We will start with the basics, such as setting up the company code, and then we will move on to the more detailed configurations like plan, storage location, sales organization, and more. We will also cover the setup of distribution channel, division, sales area, along with the configurations of sales group, sales office, purchasing organization, shipping point, and loading point, etc. So these configurations are essential for aligning the system with your business structure. So let's get started. We are diving into how to define a company in SAP S/4HANA. Let's get started with defining a company in SAP S/4HANA. Before we start, here is the business scenario. Imagine we are working with our fictional company, Tech Innovators. It's a fast-growing enterprise in the laptop manufacturing industry. They are doing a business in the multiple countries like India and the USA, and they need to consolidate their financial data to keep everything on track. All right. So, what exactly is a company in SAP S/4HANA? Think of it as a topmost organizational unit in your business structure. It's like the umbrella under which all your company codes sit. It's essential for consolidating the financial information across the different parts of the business, especially when you are dealing with multiple company codes in different regions, just like the tech innovators. Okay, but why do we need a company in SAP? Well, if you are looking to generate the consolidated financial statements, reports that give you a complete financial picture of your entire business, a company is a key. It allows you to bring together the data from various company codes. It also supports cross-company code transactions and ensures the consistency in the financial reporting. The currency you assign at this level is called the global company currency, which is crucial for the business operating internationally. Now, to define the company, we use the transaction code OX15, and here is the menu bar. Also, the company is defined up to 6 characters alphanumeric code in SAP. Now, let's get into the steps to define a company in SAP S/4HANA. First, we will start by accessing the system. I'm on the SAP Easy Access screen now. Enter the transaction code SPRO in the command field. Click on SAP Reference IMG. Go to the node Enterprise Structure. Expand the node. Select, go to the node, the definition. And here you can see the node Define Company. Execute it. This will bring you the screen where you can see all the companies already defined in the system. Since we are working on a demo environment, you might notice quite few entries here. But in the real scenarios, especially for a business, you might only have 1 or 2 companies set up. Now, to create a new company, you need to click on New Entries. Here where you need to enter all the details. First, you need to come up with a unique key for your company. So let's enter a unique key for your company. Let's go with Tekin. Tech in for tech innovators. Okay. Now type in the full name of the company. So it is Tech Innovators. Company name too. This field is optional, but if you have a shortened name or a tagline, you can include it here. Now fill in the detailed information for the company. Now start with the street address followed by the post box number if you have one, and then enter the postal code and the city where the Tech Innovators is located. You will also select the country key. I'll choose IN for India in our case. After that, update the language key according to the company's primary language. Finally, set the currency. Since the Tech Innovators operates on a global scale, we will assign USD as the global company currency. And that's it. You have successfully defined a company in SAP S/4HANA. Okay. Now the Tech Innovators is all set to manage its financial data across the different regions, ensuring everything is in order for reporting and analysis. That's it. You have successfully defined a company in SAP S/4HANA. Okay. Now the Tech Innovators is all set to manage its financial data across the different regions, ensuring everything is in order for reporting and analysis. So this is how we will define the company in SAP S/4HANA. Welcome back. In our previous session, we have defined the company, Tech Innovators. Now let us explore how to define a new company code in SAP S/4HANA. Here is the business scenario. Tech Innovators, a growing company, operates in both India and the USA, manufacturing and selling the high quality laptops. Because the company works in two different countries, it must follow the financial reporting rules specific to each country. To do this, Tech Innovators need to create two separate company codes, one for India and one for the USA. This way, the company can generate the financial statements like balance sheets and profits and loss reports that meets the legal requirements of each country. Now, to meet these legal and financial obligations, the Tech Innovators has decided to set up two separate company codes within the SAP S/4HANA. Now, if you could see here on the screen, these are the company codes which we are going to create. Okay. Now, it's time to move on defining the company codes. So before we do that, let us understand what exactly is a company code in SAP S/4HANA. The company code is where all your financial transactions are recorded, and it's crucial for generating the complete financial statements like balance sheets and profits and loss statements. Essentially, each company code represents a separate legal entity within your organization. Now, to define a company code in SAP S/4HANA, we use the transaction code OX02. And here is the menu path. And also the company code is represented by 4-digit characters. Post defining the company code, we will assign the company code to the company. Okay. Now let's get into the steps to define the company code in S/4HANA. I'm on the SAP Easy Access screen. So we can either use the transaction code SPRO or SIMG to do the implementation activities. If you are using SAP S/4HANA 2021 version and above, you can use the transaction code SIMG. Or if you are using the previous versions, then you can use the transaction code SPRO. Let us try the transaction code SIMG and we will be landed on the display IMG screen. Now go under the node enterprise structure, then definition, then financial accounting. Now the first step is to create a company code by using the node edit, copy, delete, check company code. Execute it. Then double click on copy, delete, check company code. and you will be landed on the screen. Now here, if you want to directly access this particular screen, you can use the transaction code EC01. Okay. Now on the screen, there's an option called Copy Organization Object. Click on this button and you will have a dialog box open. Now click the List Display button and you can see the templates that SAP has been provided, so that you can use a particular company template to create your own company code. Remember, do not use the company code template 0001, as it is a template for a general company code with no special country specifications. As already you know, the SAP would be providing the company code for each and every country. Okay, so we will choose the company code of a template for the US, which is, here it is, EUS1. So I will use this template EUS1 to create my company code, okay, which is TIUS. Press enter to continue and you will have a dialog box open that says only copy the GL accounts if you want to allocate the same set of accounts to the target company code as the source company code. So with the template of the company code, SAP also provides the template of the chart of accounts, which you have an option to copy. In our case, because we are working on SAP S4HANA, we will click S so that we do not have to create the GL accounts manually. Though we may still need to create some GL accounts which can be missing in the standard chart of accounts as per the business requirements. So click S and you will have the another dialog box open. It says the reference company code has a local currency USD. If you allocate a different local currency to the target company code, the GL accounts with currency GBP USD are also changed. Do you want to allocate a different local currency? As we are implementing a company code for the US, so we click no, because the local currency is obviously be USD. Press enter to ignore any warning messages and you will be asked if you really want to transport the number ranges. Here the number ranges refers to the different documentations such as sales orders, numbers, delivery numbers, billing numbers, etc. Okay. SAP provides a template or a list of number ranges which you can adopt or copy, or you can create your own number ranges. If you do not want to copy the SAP provided number ranges, let's click no. And you can see that the related tables have started copying. You will have this customizing request dialog box open. Here we transport the customizing request from one environment to another. Basically, this is a customizing request. When this dialog box comes up, you can either use the same customizing request to save your changes, or you can create a new customizing request to save your customizations. Let's click this button, create request, and I will give a short description and then hit save. Press enter to continue. And you can see that the remaining tables have started copying again. Continuously press enter until you have this dialog box comes up that says company code EUS1 copied to TIUK. Sorry, TIUS. Now you can go to the completed activities tab. You can see that the company code EUS1 has been copied to TIUS. Congratulations, you have created your first company code. Now go back. Now we have to edit the company code data. Locate your company code by using the position button. Here you can enter your company code TIUS. Now as you can see here, the company name has also been copied from the template, which you can change. Double click on it. We have to edit this information. Let's edit the company's name first. Tech Innovators. City, New York. country US, currency USD. After that, you have to click this button, address. Now here you can edit the address of your company code. Choose the title as company and the name as Tech Innovators. The search term is beneficial if you have a list of company codes and if you want to search for a particular company code in that list. Let, let's enter TI and for the search term to enter US. So once you use any of the search terms, the particular company code will appear in the list. Ideally, if you enter just US, the company will appear because the TI will be displayed in front of all your company codes. Now enter the street or house number. House number as 10, postal code. Now this is New York City. Let's choose the country. SAP has provided a list of countries here. So you can select the list of, select the country as US. You can select the region. If you notice, this field has a red colored mark. It represents the field as a mandatory, meaning you must input an entry in that field. If you don't, it will not allow you to continue or save your data. So we must input the information in this field. Okay. And for your information, the region field is optional. If you leave it empty, the system will not throw you any errors or warnings and will not stop you from continuing or saving the changes. If you want to enter further information, you can click this button, More Fields. You can enter the required information as per your business requirements using these fields. Else, you can leave it blank, press enter, and after that, hit save. This time, we will not create a new customizing request. Instead, we will save our changes in the same customizing request related to the company code. Press enter to continue, and the data was saved. So that's how we will create a company code. Okay. Similarly, we can create the company codes for other countries by using or by following the same steps. Okay. If I double click on copy, delete, check company code and then click copy. Now we have to create a company code for Indian company. In the real world, the head office is where the SAP is implemented first, and then the same template is rolled out to the other company codes. And the local customization is made as per the country, such as local taxation rules. Okay. In our case, we have created the company code for the US. If I choose the company code template for the US and then we can use it to create for the Indian company code as well. It means that we are rolling the company code US to the Indian company code. Alternatively, you can use the IN template provided by the SAP. IN stands for in India. We have successfully set up the company code for tech innovators with one for India and one for the USA. These company codes are now ready to be used for the financial transactions, ensure the tech innovators can generate the accurate financial reports that comply with the legal requirements in both the countries. By having the separate company codes for each country, the tech innovators can efficiently manage the operations. Okay, that's it. This is how we will define the company codes in SAP S/4HANA. With this foundation in place, you all set to move forward with the other financial configurations. All right, our next configuration is business area. So we will be creating three business areas. Two of this will be based in the USA and one will be in India. Let's start defining the business area. I'm on the display on the screen. Go to the node enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, and here you have define business area. Execute the node and you will be landed on the screen. So here on the screen, click on new entries. So let us start creating our first business area in the USA. So for the business area code, I will enter as USA 01, which is East Coast operations. And the second business area for the USA 2, which is West Coast operations. Now I will add the third business area, which is for in India, so which is IN01, which is Pune operations. That's it. If everything is fine, so press enter to confirm. Hit on save, and you will have this pop-up window. Press enter to continue, and the data was saved. That's it. We have successfully created the three business areas in SAP, two in USA and one in India. I will proceed to the next configuration. In this section, I will demonstrate you the configurations for enterprise structure related to logistics general. I am already on the display and the screen, and under the enterprise structure definition node, you can expand this node and go to the node logistics general. And the first option you see here is define valuation level. Execute this and you will be landed on the screen. Here you have two options. Valuation area is planned and valuation level is a company code. You can see but the both checkboxes are disabled because it is not possible to switch the valuation level once you have selected an option. For an example, I have already selected the valuation area as a plant, so I don't have any option to switch to the company code. If you want to switch the valuation level, then you need to contact SAP directly and they will do it for your organization. You can define the valuation level of valuation area by specifying the level at which the material stocks are evaluated. Remember, the valuation area or valuation level is related to the material stocks valuation. You can evaluate the material stocks at the following levels: plant level and company code level. Valuation must be at this level in the following cases. We are now talking about the plant level here. If you want to use the application component, production, planning, or costing, if your system is an SAP retail system. And why we need company code level? The decision you make is valid for the whole client. You are recommended to set the material valuation at the plant level. So, according to the SAP, it is recommended that if you choose the material stocks valuation at the plant level, then it will be beneficial because you will be able to see the production planning module and the costing module, which we also need for SAP S/4HANA sales module in order to create a production order against our sales order and to do the sales order costing for costing the material. If material stocks are evaluated at the company code level, then all the planned stocks of your materials are managed in a joint stock account for each company code. So it depends on the business model which valuation level they choose to evaluate their stocks. Our valuation is already selected at the plant level, so we do not have to change or update any setting here. All right. So that's it. This is all about the valuation area. The next step is to define, copy, delete, and check the plant. Here, if you could see, you have two options, define plant and copy, delete, check plant. Before we create the plant, let me explain you what plant is in the SAP system. It is an independent, physical, and highest organizational unit in the material management module. It can be an operational unit, a manufacturing unit, or a sales branch of an organization. From a material management perspective, it is defined as a location that holds the valued stock. It is an organizational unit that serves to be subdivide an enterprise according to the production, procurement, maintenance, and material planning aspects. It is a place where either the materials are produced or goods and services are provided. It is unique within a client and can only belong to one company code. So its relationship with the company code is one to many, meaning one company code can have several plants, but a plant can only belong to one company code. It is used for the placement of materials in storage stock. Put away, a storage location is assigned to a plant. A storage location depends on the storage conditions and the placement situation. The business area that is responsible for a plant is determined as a function for that division. As a rule, the valuation area corresponds to a plant. So I will proceed to define the plant for our company code or organization. So here we are going to create two plans for US company code and one plan for Indian company code. Okay. I recommend choosing the option define plant. The reason is that if you copy the plant, the other objects will be copied as well, which we don't need. I will proceed with an activity define plant. Double click on it and you will be landed on the screen. SAP has provided the templates of plans. If you could see here, the list of templates, and we can create our plan by using the copy option, which means the copying the SAP provided template, or we can also create it as a new entries. So let's create the plant as new entries. First, enter the plant name according to the naming convention provided you by the business users. Now let's enter the plant as US01, the first plant, and I will choose the name as Cupertino plant. After that, click the address button, and here we will enter the address of the plant. First, enter the name of the plant, and it will be the Cupertino plant. You can choose the search term as US01, and address can be so the address will be 789 Silicon Avenue, and the postal code will be 95014, and city will be Cupertino. The country will be US. You can also select the region. Now, if you have to enter any other information for your plant, you can enter it over here. Once you feel if everything is okay, then press enter and then hit save. Press enter to continue once again. Now we will create a new customizing request and it will be a defined plant. Then hit save, press enter to continue, and you can see that your client address is also has been copied. Further, if you want, you can enter the company code, city code, else you can leave it as blank. The next is factory calendar. Let us enter the factory calendar. SAP has already provided the templates for the factory calendars. Let us choose US factory calendar and then press enter, hit save, and the data was saved. Go back Similarly, you can create the remaining plans, the second plan for the US plant, US company code, and one plan for the Indian company code. Alright guys, I have created the two plans for US company code and one plan for Indian company code. So that's it. So this is how you will define the plan. Okay. Now let's move on to the next configuration. Go back. The next activity is to define a division. So before I do the configuration, let us understand what is division. It is an organizational unit in sales and distribution, and it is required to be set for a business area account assignment for logistics, transactions, financial accounting. It is a group of products that will be assigned to a material master record in sales and distribution and further in the plant data storage. When you create a material master record, you will assign the materials to the specific division. Okay. Now let us define four divisions for our products. Okay. Execute it. Click on new entries. Alright. The first division will be for the laptops. Second division will be the monitors. Third for the tablets. And the fourth will be for the computer accessories. That's it. So this is how we will define the divisions. Okay. Once you feel everything is fine, then hit save and the data is saved. Now go back. Alright. The next step is to assign the plan to the company code. We will configure the enterprise structure hierarchy related to sales and distribution. Okay. I'm currently in the SAP system display IMG screen. Go under the node enterprise structure, definition. sales and distribution. And the first step is to define, copy, delete, or check the sales organization. Execute the node. And in this dialog box, we will select the define sales organization. Okay. So before we configure the sales organization, let us understand what exactly the sales organization is all about. The sales organization is an organizational unit responsible for the distribution and the sales of goods and services. It handles all the sales related business transactions. To integrate into the SAP S/4HANA sales module, you need to define the sales organization. Alright. So SAP has provided the templates sales organization, which is 0001. We can either copy this template or create a new sales organization from scratch. However, it is recommended to copy to configure the sales organization. So we will copy the existing sales organization template. So double click on 0001 and then click the copy button. Now we are going to create three different sales organizations. One is for New York office, the California office, and Pune office. Okay. So we will enter the details of our sales organizations. Okay. So let's start with the New York office. Okay. We will enter NY01 as the sales organization code, and description, you can name the sales organization as New York Sales Office. Okay. Now the next thing is update the currency to USD for this office. Okay, SAP has predefined format for the various fields like address and the text name. Okay, which we will use these formats for the consistency. Next, we will select the calendar for the New York office. The default is 01 Germany here, so we need to update this as to US calendar, which is represented by US. Select this button, and if you scroll down, you will have this US. Double click on it and select it. Okay, that's it. Press enter. Now we need to enter the address of the New York sales organization. So let us start capturing it. Name, it is sales organization for New York, and search term NY01. Now we need to capture the address information. So it is Wall Street 123, postal code, city, country, and the region. Okay. If there is any additional information required, you can enter it now. Otherwise, you can press enter. That's it. Once you complete the address details, a message will appear showing the number of copied entries, including the translations. Okay. You can also add the data for the purchase orders if relevant, such as purchase organization, purchasing group, supplier order type. This information helps to automate while you are processing the purchase order. Okay. Now click save, and a new customizing request pop-up will come, and press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. So we have successfully created the sales organization for the New York. Okay. And you can repeat the same process for the remaining sales organization, which is for California and for the Pune office. Okay. That's it. We have completed all the three sales organization configurations for New York, California, and Pune. Okay, we have completed the configurations. Now I will proceed to the next configuration. The next activity we need to complete is define, copy, delete, or check the distribution channel. Let's execute this and double click on define distribution channel. Now you will be landed on this screen where you can create or copy the distribution channels. All right. So a distribution channel is identified by two-digit alphanumeric key representing the channel through which the saleable materials or the service reach the customers. Okay. Typically, the channels include the wholesale, retail, online, or direct sales. Okay. According to the business requirement, we will create three distribution channels. One is wholesale, the other one is retail, and online. Okay. Now, to create the distribution channel, either you can copy from the existing distribution channel, else you can create it as from new entries. So click on new entries. Okay. For the first distribution channel, let us put it as L1, which is wholesale. And for the second one, L2, we'll name it as retail. And the third one is L3, and I'll name it as online. That's it. Once everything looks fine, hit enter and click on save. So you will be getting a new customizing request and press enter to continue, and the data was saved. So this is how we will create a distribution channel. Okay, now go back and I'll proceed to the next configuration. Next, we will define the sales offices. However, this configuration is optional, but our tech innovators is crucial as the company operates through several branch offices. Okay, let us execute the node maintain sales office. Now, before we configure the sales office, let us understand what exactly the sales office is. A sales office represents a branch or an organization unit containing a group of salesperson performing the various sales activities. According to our business requirement, we will create three sales offices for the tech innovators, which is located in New York, Los Angeles, and Pune. Okay, now to create the sales office, let us hit on new entries. Okay, and the sales office is represented by four-digit characters. So let me put it as the first sales office, which is for New York. I'll give it as NYSO, and the description is sales office New York. And click on address button and update the following details. Sales office New York, search term as NYSO, address Wall Street, number 123, postal code 10005, city New York City, country US, and region New York. That's it. Press enter to confirm, press enter again, and click on save, and you will get a new customizing request. Press enter to continue, and the data was saved. So we have successfully created the first sales office. Similarly, let us create the second sales office for the Los Angeles. LASO, description as sales office Los Angeles. Click on address, give the name of the company, sales office Los Angeles. Search term as LASO, address, street, Sunset, number 456, postal code 90028, sorry, Los Angeles City, country US, and region is California. That's it. Press enter to confirm and click on save, and the data was saved. Now let us create the third sales office, which is Pune, sales office Pune. Click on address and update the address accordingly. That's it. Press enter, click on save, and the data was saved. So we have successfully created the three sales offices for the tech innovators. Okay. Now go back. Now I'll proceed with the next configuration. The next activity is to maintain the sales group. Just like the sales office, the use of sales group is optional, but it is crucial for our business requirement. Okay. Now let us execute the node maintain sales group. So before we create the sales group, let us understand what exactly is a sales group. It represents the sales personnel or a sales team within the organization. Okay, for an example, for tech innovators, we need to create a sales team responsible for various sales activities. Okay, now to create the sales group, let us click on new entries, and here we are going to create two sales group, one for US and one for India. Okay, the sales group is identified by a three-digit alphanumeric 3. Okay, so I'll put it as USG, which is US sales group, and sales group US. The other one is ISG, which is for India sales group. That's it. So press enter and click on save. Create a new customizing request. Press enter to continue, and the data was saved. Go back. I'll proceed to the next activity. Alright. Now that we have defined all the activities for the sales and distribution enterprise structure. Now the next activity is to make the necessary assignments. Okay. Now to make the assignments, go under the node assignment, sales and distribution. And here you can see the node assign sales organization to the company code. Execute the node and you will be landed on the screen. Now, as mentioned earlier, a sales organization belongs to just one company code. Here, we need to assign our sales organizations to their respective company codes. Okay. Now, click on position to locate your sales organization. At this point, you will notice that none of the company codes are assigned to our sales organization. Okay. Now, what we will do, we will assign the company codes to the respective sales organization. So, assign the company code, the New York sales organization, and the company code to the New York, which is US company code. Similarly, assign the company codes for the other sales organizations as well. Alright, so that's it. Once all the assignments are completed, press enter, click on save, and you will get a new pop-up window which is a customizing request. Press enter to continue, and the data was saved. That's it. We have assigned the company codes to our respective sales organization. Now go back. Now the next activity is to assign the distribution channels to the sales organization. execute the node, assign distribution channel to the sales organization, and you will be landed on this screen. Now here, the relationship between the sales organization and the distribution channel is such that one sales organization can have multiple distribution channels and one distribution channel can be linked to multiple sales organizations. Now, click on position and locate your sales organization. Currently, our assignment does not exist. Okay, so we need to create them. Now go to new entries. And here you need to type your sales organization. Okay. And to the respective sales organization, you need to assign the distribution channels. Now, if you remember, we have created the distribution channels, the wholesale, retail, and online. Now, for all these three distribution channels, you need to assign all your sales organizations. So, which means for New York sales organization, you will be assigning the wholesale, retail, and online. Similarly, for California sales organization, you will be assigning the wholesale, retail, and online. And for an Indian sales organization, which is Pune sales organization, you will be assigning the all distribution channels. So this is how you will be doing the assignment. Okay. For this reference, what I have done, I have recorded the same information in Excel, which I will now copy and paste in the SAP system. This approach will make the process easier and save time. However, it's important to ensure that the data is captured accurately. Else, any errors could lead to issues while processing the transaction. Okay, so please be more careful while capturing the information. Now let us copy and paste it in the SAP system. That's it. I have assigned all the distribution channels to the respective sales organization. Now once after entering all the assignments, press enter and click on save, and the data was saved. So this is how we will assign the distribution channels to the respective sales organization. Now go back. The next activity, we will be assigning the divisions to the sales organization, continuing our configurations of the sales and distribution enterprise structure. Okay. Now execute the node, assign division to the sales organization, and you will be landed on the screen. Just as we did in the previous step, where we have assigned the distribution channels to the sales organization. Now we will do the same for the divisions. Okay. Now click on new entries, and here we need to enter the sales organization and divisions. Remember that the divisions and the distribution channels are often use the same alphanumeric keys for the simplicity. Okay. Now repeat the same assignment process which we have done earlier. I will copy the relevant data from the Excel and I'll paste it in the SAP system. That's it. Once all the assignments have been entered, press enter, click on save, create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data was saved. That's it. Now we have assigned the divisions to the sales organization. Now go back. Now we have to set up the sales area. And let me remind you about the enterprise structure and show you what we have done so far. So we have created the sales organization and make an assignment to the company code. And we have assigned the sales organization to the distribution channel and division. Now the sales organization, distribution channel, and division, all of three make a sales area, right? So that's what we have to do in the SAP system now. We need to execute the sales area. Execute it. And you can see here the sales organization, distribution channel, division makes up or set up the sales area. All right. Now click on new entries. And here we need to add sales organization, distribution channel, and division. Okay. For all the sales organizations for the respective sales organizations such as New York, California, Pune. Okay, for the respective distribution channels, wholesale, retail, online, and for the divisions which is laptops, monitors, tablets, computers, accessories. For an example, so it means that you are selling these laptops, monitors, tablets, computer accessories as a wholesale under the respective sales organization. Okay. Now this is how you will define for the all the respective sales organization, all the distribution channels, and for all the divisions. Okay. Now what I will do it in the background and then I'll show you. Alright guys, I have made an assignment in between the sales organization, distribution channel and division, which to set up the sales area. Okay, now press enter, click on save. So you have a new customizing request. Press enter to continue and the data is saved. Now, if you take a look that now the sales organization, distribution channel is wholesale and the division for all them and the division for all the four categories has been assigned. Okay. Similarly, for the wholesale, all the divisions has been assigned. For the retail, all the divisions has been assigned. And for the online, all the divisions has been assigned. Okay. So the same in the same way we you have to configure while practicing. You have to be more careful while entering the data here. Ensure you are not missing any of the assignment. So ensure you are assigning the sales organization, all the distribution channels and all the divisions. Okay. So this is how the assignment works to for the setup sales area. We have done with the assignment now. Let us go back, go back again. Now the next activity is to assign the sales office to sales area. Execute this now. Now we have to make the same assignment which we did in the last step to set up the sales area, the sales organization, distribution channel, and the division. And then we have to assign our sales office here. So remember we got three different sales office. So we have to make an assignment. So click on new entries and you will be landed on the screen. Now here we have to make an assignment in between the sales organization, distribution channel, and division, and then assign them to the sales office. So it's the same step we did to set up the sales area. So in the other words, this is an assignment in between the sales office and sales area. So first enter the sales organization for New York and then distribution channel. So it is New York and distribution channel will be L1 and the division will be D1. And the sales office we have created for New York is NYSO. So and remember we have got three different sales office to assign our sales area and similarly the second one. So as you can see that it is a manual job to make the assignment in between the sales office and sales area. And it is taking a lot of time. So what I will do, I will make the rest of the assignment in the Excel and then copy the assignment and paste it in the SAP system. So let us do it now. As you can see in the Excel sheet, I have already made the assignment. Now what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll paste it in the SAP system. That's it. Press enter. So you have made an assignment in between the sales office and the sales area. Hit save and the data was saved. Now go back again. Now the next activity is to assign the sales group to the sales office. Let's execute this now. Click on new entries here. Now we have three different sales offices: New York, California, and Pune. So we have already created two sales group, which is USG for US and ISG for India. So we will assign the sales group to all our offices. If you want, you can create a separate sales group for the different offices. However, for our requirement, we will use the same sales group for the respective sales offices. Okay, that's it. Once it is done, hit save, create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. And we have successfully assigned the sales group to all our sales offices. Go back, go back again. Now the next activity is to assign the sales organization, distribution channel, and plant. In the enterprise structure, you can also see a circle around the sales organization and distribution channel, which indicates they are assigned to a plant. So that's what we need to do in the SAP system. Execute the node and you will be landed on the screen. Remember, a sales organization combined with a distribution channel must be assigned to one or more plants, or multiple plants can be assigned to a sales organization with a distribution channel. Click on new entries. Now here we need to assign the sales organization, distribution channel, and the plant. So let us start. So our sales organization is NY01 and the distribution channel is L1 and plant is NY01. Okay. And the second one is NY01, L2, NY01. The third one NY01, L3, NY01. So if you could see here, we have assigned the sales organization with respect to of distribution channel, wholesale, retail, and online to the plant. Okay. So we will do the same assignment for the second plant as well. All right, I have made the assignment for the sales organization distribution channel to the second plant and for the Pune plant as well. Now, once everything is done, hit save, create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. That's it. We have done with this configuration. Now go back and then go back again. Now, before we move into the next activity, let us check this assignment through the sales order screen. Okay, let's go to the transaction code VA01 to create a sales order. Here you will first enter the order type. So I will explain what an order type in the one of our upcoming lecture. You have to enter the sales organization, distribution channel, division, and your sales office and the sales group. Then press enter to check if you receive any errors. It looks like all the assignments have been correctly since we do not receive any error when opening the sales order screen. Okay. As I mentioned, the sales office, the sales group fields are optional. So let's take a look at that as well. Okay. If I remove the sales office and the sales group from the sales order screen and then press enter, so it will still allow you to create a sales order. This means our assignment is working properly for sales and distribution. Now go back. So the next activity we have to do is the business area account assignment. Now, if you expand the node, the first activity is to define the rules by the sales area. Before we do that, I want to explain what business area account assignment is. Business area account assignment is necessary in sales and distribution because both revenue accounting in financial accounting and the value posting for goods movement in inventory accounting can be represented separately by each business area. For business area account determination, we need to find it for each sales area. As you know, a sales area is the combination of sales organization, distribution channel, and a division. We need to define the rules according to which the system should find the business area. If you don't specify a rule for a sales area, account determination cannot be carried out for each business area. Okay. Currently, you cannot change the rules of determining the business area in the customizing. This means the SAP has already provided the predefined rules that you have to adopt and you cannot customize them. Okay. A business area is important for revenue postings and value postings due to the material movements in the inventory accounting. Now I will execute the node define rules by sales area to derive the business area or to find the business area. Now go to the position and locate your sales organization. Here we need to find the rule. Click this button to display the rules option. A dialog box will appear showing the three different rules to choose from. The first one is the business area determination from plant or division. The second one is the business area determination from sales area. The third is the business area determination from sales organization, distribution channel, and item division. Let's select the rule number 1, business area determination from plant or division. It is not necessary to select any one rule for all the combinations of the sales area. You can also change the rule. For an example, for sales organization, distribution channel, and division, you can select the rule one of this combination as your sales area. Similarly, if you want to use the combination, you can choose the rule number 2. So you can define the rule to determine the business area in this way. Let's select rule number 1 for the rest of them. So you just need to copy and paste the value 1 against the sales area. We will keep rule 2 for this combination, and similarly for India we will select 1 as well. That's it. Hit on save to save your configurations. Create a new customizing request. Press enter to continue and the data will be saved. Now go back. Now you need to assign the business area to the plant and the division. As this is the rule you have selected in the first step, execute the node assign business area to the plant and the division. So here we need to assign the business area to the plant and the division. Okay, go to new entries. Now, as I mentioned, we need to assign the business area to the respective plant and the divisions. Okay, let us choose the plant. Our plant is NY01 and the division D1. So for all the divisions with respect to the plant, we are going to assign the business area. And the business area we have USA1 East Coast operations. Okay. Similarly, the plant again NY01 D2 monitors and the same business area plant D3 monitors East Coast plant sorry, D3, D4, and same plant. Press enter, and similarly assign for the second plant of yours, which is CA02. I'll add the second business area, which is West Coast Operations. Press enter. So we have assigned the business area of US. So let us assign the Indian business area. Let us choose the Indian plant. And the business area is IN01. Press enter. That's it. We have assigned the business area for the respective plant and the division. Okay. Once everything is fine, hit on save. And you create a new customizing request. Press enter to continue. And the data was saved. Go back. Here I would like to mention one point, that if you are using rule number one in this step, which is to assign the business area to plant and the divisions or determine the business area to plant and division. So according to the rule one, the determination of business area will be according to the plant and division. So then in that case, you do not need to execute this step. But if you have chosen rule 2 for the sales area, then in that case, you have to execute this step, assign business area by sales area. That's it. I will proceed to the next activity. Now we will be configuring the enterprise structure related to the material management in SAP S/4HANA. This module is also known as sourcing and procurement within the SAP Business Suite. Now, according to our business requirement, we need to next configuration is maintain storage location. So before we define the storage location, let us understand what is storage location. This is a specific area within your plant or warehouse where you store materials. Okay, think of it as a way to organize your space. For an example, in a laptop manufacturing company, you might have separate storage locations for processors, screens, and motherboards. Here, each of these components would be stored in a designated area, making it easier to track and manage your inventory. Okay, the storage locations are really important for organizing your warehouse. They help you group similar materials together and track inventory levels at more detailed level. So you always know exactly where everything is stored and how much of it you have. Okay, now let's talk about the types of storage locations. These are the few examples. Now, received on dock. This refers to the goods that have arrived at your warehouse and are sitting at the receiving dock. They are physically there, but they haven't been moved into the final storage location or made available for use yet. Okay, for an example, imagine a shipment of laptop screens arriving at your warehouse. They got unloaded and packed at the dock. At this stage, they are considered as received on dock, but aren't yet stored in their designated bins. It is a temporary status. These items are in the warehouse, but they are not fully recorded in the system as a part of your inventory. Okay. Now let's move on to the available for sale. This is pretty straightforward. These are goods that are in stock and ready to be sold or shipped to your customers. They haven't they have been received, inspected, stored correctly, and they are just waiting for an order to come in. Okay. For an instance, let us assume that finished laptops that have been passed quality control and are sitting in the warehouse. Now they are ready to ship. and it's been marked as available for sale. These are the items you can pick, pack, and ship out as soon as possible once the order has been placed. Okay, so this is all about the available for sale. Now coming back to the consumables. Now, these are the materials that get used up during the production process, but they don't actually become a part of the final product. In a laptop manufacturing plant, an example, things like soldering wire, packaging tape, or cleaning cloths are considered as a consumables. They are essential for the production process, but they aren't processed for the laptops you are building. So understanding these concepts will help you to manage the flow of goods in your warehouse more effectively, ensuring everything is organized, processed, and made available of sale in the best way possible. Okay, now let us define the storage location. Execute the node. On the first screen, you will notice a dialog box where you need to enter the plant. I will enter the plant, which is NY01, and then press enter to continue. Remember, the storage locations are created under a plant. Now, the next, click on New Entries, and I will choose the name of the storage location as ROD, which will be the received on dock. Similarly, we need to create two more storage locations under the same plant. So the second one will be AFS, available for sale. And the third one is CONS, which is consumables. Press enter and then select this first storage location. Now we need to enter the address of the storage location. Double click on address of storage location and click on new entries. Remember, if you have a multiple addresses for a storage location, okay, you can enter the addresses here. Okay, however, I will enter the first address number as 1 and then press enter. Here I will enter the storage location name as received on dock. Search term, you can put it as NY01, and further you need to update the address. Okay, country will be US and the region will be New York. Okay, that's it. Press enter to continue. Now we have to enter the address for the remaining storage locations. But in our business scenario, we will enter only one address. Okay, while practicing, you can, if you want, you can enter the address for the remaining storage locations. Next, we will configure a purchasing organization. This is an organizational unit responsible for procuring materials, negotiating purchase terms, and assigning purchases to plans. We will implement a cross-plant purchasing organization scenario. Okay, so I'm already under the display IMG screen, enterprise structure, definition, material management, and here you can see a node maintaining purchasing organization. Execute the node and you will be landed on the screen. And here to create the new purchasing organization, click new entries. And here you need to define the purchasing organization. Purchasing organization can be defined by four alphanumeric keys. So I'll put the code as Tech Innovators Purchasing Organization, which is TIPO. And the description is Purchasing Organization, TIPO. That's it. Press enter, click on save, create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. Okay, so now go back again. So once we define the purchasing organization, we need to assign it to the company code and plans. Now go under the node assignment, material management, and here you can see the node assign purchasing organization to company code. Execute it. Okay. Now to your respective purchasing organization, you need to enter the company code. That's it. Press enter, click on save, and the data has been saved. Alright. So this is how we will configure the purchasing organization. And now we have assigned the purchasing organization to the company code. And let us assign the purchasing organization to the plant. Go back, go back now. Now here you see a node assign purchasing organization to the plant. Execute the node. Go to the position and look for your plant. Assign the purchasing organization to all the respective plants. That's it. With this configuration, we have successfully created the enterprise structure related to the material management. Okay, we have now created 4 storage locations and 1 purchasing organization. Okay, now additionally, we have defined the relationship between the elements to manage the procurement efficiently. That's it. Now I'll proceed to the next activity. Now I will demonstrate the configuration for the enterprise structure related to logistics execution. I'm currently on the display on the screen and go under the node enterprise structure and definition. Here you will see the logistics execution. Expand the node. And the first activity we will perform is to double click on define warehouse number and you will be landed on the screen. Now if you can see here, SAP has already provided a standard template for warehouse number such as 0001, which you can copy and create your own house. For an example, 0001 is a central warehouse and 100 is a lean warehouse management without stocks. Let's create a new warehouse by selecting new entries. And remember, this is the 3-digit alphanumeric key, so I will create it as TWM for the warehouse number in which is warehouse TIUS. That's it. Press enter and hit save. Create a new customizing request. Press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. That's it. Now go back and then go back again. The next activity is to define, copy, delete, and check shipping point. All right. Now next we are going to know about the shipping point. Okay. So before we define the shipping point, let us understand what exactly the shipping point is all about. Shipping point is a location from where the goods or the products are shipped to the customer. It has the following characteristics. The shipping point is the top level organizational unit for shipping. A shipping point can be allocated to the several plans. A shipping point can be divided into several loading points as well. Okay. A delivery is always initiated from exactly one shipping point, meaning all items in the delivery belongs to one shipping point, where the group of deliveries also belongs to exactly one shipping point. Now, when you run the transaction code VL01N, now this transaction code is for outbound delivery, to create an outbound delivery. You will notice that the shipping point is the first field which you need to create an outbound delivery. Additionally, the delivery documents created under the standard sales order, which is the sales order number 40. Okay, go to the delivery document for the sales order and look at the document flow and then jump to the delivery document number. You will see that the delivery document is created. Now, if I select this and if I go to the header details and if I go to the shipment tab, you will find the shipping point. So without a shipping point, you cannot create a delivery. Okay. A shipping point can be automatically proposed during order processing based on the plant, loading group, and shipping condition. So when you create a sales order, the shipping point is automatically proposed and you can view it within the sales order. Now, if you go back to the sales order and go to the items tab, select an item and click on display item details and then go to the shipping tab. Now here you will see the shipping point is listed. This shipping point is what allows the delivery document to be created for the sales order. Okay. Shipping point also has an address and is used as a selection criteria for delivering list and work list, as well as for processing the deliveries like picking, goods issue, etc. Okay. So this is all about the shipping point. Now let us know how to define the shipping point in the SAP S/4HANA. I'm on the display on the screen and go under the node enterprise structure, definition, logistics execution, and here you see define shipping point. Execute the node. Now here the SAP has already has provided a template for the shipping point such as 0001, okay, which you can copy to create your own. Now let's double click on the shipping point to see the setup information. Now if you could see here, this all includes the times, text names, and other relevant details. Now let's click on copy and I will create a new shipping point named USSP and the description for shipping point, company code TIUS. Press enter. Now you need to enter the address for this shipping point. I will enter the address as a shipping point USSP and the search term 1 can be NY and the search term 2 can be 01. Now it's now let's update the address of the shipping point. Wall Street, house number 123, postal code New York City, country US, and region UI. That's it. Press enter to continue. Now you will see that the country of the origin and the transportation zone has been copied from the address data. Next, update the factory calendar. Select US as the factory calendar. Sometimes if the assignment doesn't exist, you can remove it, okay? The country will be updated accordingly. After this, keep the form text names as they are. Okay. Once everything is done, press enter and then hit save. Create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data will be saved. Okay. So this is how we will define the shipping point. Similarly, you can create the another shipping points for your California plant and for the Pune plant. Okay. Now to do that, copy the same information, but this time I will name it as INSP, which is shipping point, the company code TIN, press enter and update the information for this shipping point. Alright, I have updated the search term and the address for the Alright, I have updated the search term address for the Indian plant. Okay. Once everything is fine, press enter and then hit save. Okay. So we have created the second shipping point. That's it. Now we have created two different shipping points, one for US plant, the other one for Indian plant. Okay. Now go back and then go back. Okay. Now our next activity is to maintain a loading point. Now the next activity is to maintain the loading point. Okay, before we define the loading point, let us understand what exactly the loading point is. The definition of the loading point is optional. You can still use the sales and distribution system without defining the loading points. However, if you decide to define these loading points, these are the following characteristics. A loading point is a subdivision of a shipping point. A loading point can be entered manually in a deliveries header. Okay. Now let's see where we can enter the loading point in our delivery document. Now if we go back to our sales order and click on document flow and navigate to the delivery document, under the sales order, click display document. You will notice a tab called loading. If you click on it, you will see the loading point, which is entered manually. Okay. Now let's go back to the SAP system and maintain the loading point. So execute the node and you will be landed on the screen. Now here you will need to enter a shipping point. Since in the hierarchy the loading point comes under the shipping point. So enter the shipping point which we have created earlier and press enter to continue. Now create new entries. So remember the loading point can be 2-digit alphanumeric key. So let's enter L1 and name it as loading point New York and then press enter. And if you need to enter more loading points, you can do under the same shipping point. Alright, so hit save and create a new customizing request and press enter to continue and the data has been saved. That's it. So we have completed the maintaining the loading point. Let's move on to the next activity. So our next activity is to maintain the transportation planning point. Okay. So what is transportation planning point? The transportation planning point is responsible for the planning shipments. Okay. The shipment is assigned to one transportation planning point, which consists of different groups of shipping personnel or employees responsible for organizing the transportation activities, such as by train or by ship. Okay. Execute the node, click on new entries, and enter the transportation planning point. I will put it as US TP and transportation planning point TI US. Okay. Press enter. Now we need to capture the address for the transportation planning point. Okay, so we have seen this screen multiple times. So you can capture the address based on the business requirement. Okay, however, I'm going to capture only the mandatory required fields. Press enter to continue. Create a new customizing request. Press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. Okay. Now, if you're wondering where this transportation planning point is used, it is not used in the outbound delivery, but rather in creating the shipments. Okay. Now go to the SAP Easy Access screen. Go under the node Logistics, Sales and Distribution, Shipping and Transportation, Shipment, and you will see that you need to enter the transportation planning point here. Okay. So we will cover creating the shipments using the transportation planning point in the upcoming lectures. All right. That's it. So we have completed all the required configurations in the logistics executions. Okay. Now our next activity is to do the assignments. Okay. So go to the node assignment, logistics execution, and here assign warehouse number to the plant and the storage location. Execute the node. And if you remember, we have created the warehouse number earlier and we need to assign it to the plant and the storage location. Okay. And remember, assigning a warehouse number to a plant and the storage locations requires the configuring the warehouse management system. Since enter the warehouse number, plant, and the storage location. That's it. We have assigned the warehouse number to the plant and the storage location. Press enter, hit save, create a new customizing request, and the data has been saved. Alright. So now go back. Now we will assign the shipping point to the plant. Execute the node. Now here you need to find your plant. Okay. If you scroll down, you might find the plant. Else you can click on the search button and enter your plant. Double click on it and here you go. Okay. Now to assign the shipping point, so place your cursor on your plant and click on assign and you will have this pop-up window. Now if you scroll down, you will find your shipping point. Okay. All right, here it is. So mark your checkbox, press enter to continue, and now you will see the assignment between the plant and the shipping point. All right. Now click on the save, create a new customizing request, press enter to continue, and the data has been saved. Similarly, you do the same activity for your Indian plant and for the California plant as well. So that's it. So this is how we will assign the shipping point to the plant. Okay. Now we will go back. With this, we have completed all the configurations related to SAP S/4HANA ERP enterprise structure. Next, we will move on to the SAP S/4HANA EWM organizational structure configurations. Okay. Stay tuned for more updates and thank you for your attention.